Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, and should we see what's going on a lovely island on Fawnhollow today? You know what I just found out? Apparently Americans don't use A4 but A series or paper sizes. Really? I had no idea. This makes total sense because apparently this is not meant to be like look at America and doing something different. This is just like legitimately I had no idea. I actually thought the A4, you know, what's it called, but ISO A series of paper, whatever. I thought that was literally the international standard. I thought literally every country used it, but I guess it makes sense that other countries have their own different paper standards, and it's just never crossed my mind. Anyway, hello there everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 5:42 PM on Sunday, October 3rd, 2021. Nothing to really speak of, so we'll go about our usual business. It just kind of surprised me, but it makes a lot of sense because there used to be a lot of times when I'd print something out using, so I guess we're getting straight into conversation, stuff on like Word documents and all that. And for some reason for some reason in my mind, I was like, why does it always default to this weird resolution, which is almost A4 but not quite A4? And I remember now, I just had a flashback, it was called letter, and I was like, why does it keep defaulting to letter for every single time? Super pal dear, I got a new snack pack in the mail, so I'm sending you my old one. It's seen you through a lot of real hard candy, so take good care of it. Also, it's kind of sticky at the bottom, so watch out for that. Yay, new bag smells. Biscuit. I always got really confused. I was like, why does Word default to printing this weird, this weird paper resolution? Well, not resolution, like dimensions, which, like, I've never even heard of, and it's called letter size. I was like, what's a letter size? It's like, is there actually a different size for letters? It's now been enlightened to me that that's the size that Americans use. That's their equivalent of A4, and it makes sense. Well, I'm not going to say it makes sense necessarily because I'm not even sure what sense it follows by. It's more like it seems reasonable for other countries to have their own different paper standards, but apparently A4 is used almost in all countries. It's just in some places in both North and South America they have their own standard ones instead, which is fair enough. Like you know, it's just like a metric and imperial system all over again. Like, oh well. It just this might not be as mind-blowing to you as it is to me, but it's just like, wow, I literally never thought about the fact, totally October 9th, that different countries might have their own different paper sizes and that sort of thing. It's just, it's not weird, it's just like, huh. If you don't know, like, let me enlighten you if you're American and you're used to your letter sizes. And I wonder what you call the other sizes of paper now I think about it. What fish is this that we need to get? A freshwater goby. Possible. The A series of paper sizes were such chosen that if you cut it in half, the ratios are all the same. The ratio of one dimension, the width to the height would always be the same, and that gives a very nice property that if you have things scale up and down rather easily with it. So if you have an A3 piece of paper, which is quite big, you can fit two A4 pieces of paper side by side and it will overlay directly on top of it, which is quite nice, you know. If you're like trying to print an A4 book or something, a tactic I often use in primary school, the teacher would like open up an A4 book, which would make an A3 size, and scan it and then like shrink it down to an A4 piece of paper, and the resolution's all fine, nothing's going to get chopped off, and you won't have like weird white space margins because of excess like column margins. Now I think about it. And it's actually one of those things you I think they teach you about in maths, because when they start teaching about ratios and not scale factors, is it right? Maybe it's just ratios. That's often a point they emphasize. And be like, oh, this is one of the things that you see in every single day. This is what we need ratios for. You know, we need it for like deciding what the resolution. I keep saying resolution. That's not the right word. Dimensions of a paper will be, which is, I believe, it follows a golden ratio, ratio 1 to root 2 or something like that. You know, that's actually something you can work out. Should we work it out right now? Okay. So, what we want is, imagine a rectangle, lengthways is of x. Well, we're going to use meters, despite, well, actually, let's make it unitless. X length long, then 1 length up, and then we want it such that the ratio is the same if we cut it in half. So x over 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. So you times one side by x to get the other one, and you times the other side must also be times by x to get it as well. So I'm not actually explaining what I'm doing particularly well. You're just going to have to imagine it. So x over 2 times x should equal 1. X, which means x equals root 2. There we go. Yeah, okay. So that's a ratio of A4 piece of paper, which makes it roughly 29.7 centimeters in one direction. And the other direction, I forget, 21 centimeters, I think. There was a time where I used to know that A4 measurement in centimeters. Has it been particularly useful? Not particularly, but there's one time it was useful. I think I talked about this in it was a team maths challenge back in year 5, where we had to estimate how many they gave us a toy car. I remember it now. They gave us a toy car and was like, you had to estimate how far the car would travel if 30 full revolutions of its wheels took place, or maybe it's like 10 revolutions or whatever. And I remember we like marked it out. We took the toy car, like marked out a starting point, marked out an ending point, and then made the wheels rotate 3 times. And then we used a piece of A4 piece of paper, being like, this is almost 30 centimeters, to roughly estimate how far that distance went. You might say that sounds pretty stupid, but it's like, I mean, it was a maths competition. The point of that round was just estimation. They did a load of different things, like estimate how long this period of silence was, and we were like 20 seconds. Well, no, I think we said 19 seconds. I don't know why I remember that, to be honest. It's just things like that. Don't think too hard about it, but in the end we won, so really, I guess it worked out for us. Maybe it was because of that estimation round, or maybe it wasn't. I don't really know. But anyway, yeah, it just kind of blew my mind. Stupidest things, I found out about it because of a meme on Reddit, which is not really how I want to find out like any information. But it was just like, confused Americans post A4 sizes of paper or whatever, and I was just like, what? America doesn't know what A sizes of paper are? Like, how do you measure your piece of paper? And I was like, oh, there you go. Use letter sizes, and there's other words as well, I think, for other stuff. Does that count as talking to you? Probably counts as talking to you. Is that, hey, we just wanted to see your neon sign. It does count. Okay. It was just, yeah, I guess eye-opening. It is quite literally, that's imperial paper measurement sizes, I guess. If you want to think about it in a very sort of convoluted and strange way. It's not really, I suppose. I also feel like we haven't spoken to Rowan for ages. Because it's not like we measure our paper in like centimeters or using metric units. We just keep a consistent ratio. And that's how we do it. We keep a consistent ratio, set the base case as A0 to be a meter squared in area. I think that's the case at least, and then everything just shrinks down before then. And it just means A4 and A5 piece of paper, just most common ones. Hello, Tank. Oh, do you want this? We can actually give you gifts now. Wonderful. But I mean, I don't think I've even seen an A0 piece of paper. I've seen an A2 piece of paper. They often use posters and that sort of thing. I'm not even sure if I've seen an A1 piece of paper. And also, I assume there's a mythical thing such as a -1 piece of paper, which is a little bit absurd, you might think. Is that a thing? Yeah, I mean, logically, you can just keep going negatively because it just keeps doubling in size if you really need something that big. But A0 paper. I want to see how big it is next to someone. Paper size. Hold on, there's a whole Wikipedia article. Here we go. It's your favourite part of any Animal Crossing Let's Play. It's me reading a Wikipedia article for ages. Hold on, let's adjust the OBS window so I don't have to look away from my microphone while I read this out. Paper standards are a size governed by sheets of paper used as writing paper, stationery cards for some printed documents. The ISO 216 standard, which includes the commonly used size A4, is an international size standard for paper size, used commonly across the world except for North America and parts of Central and South America, where North America paper sizes such as letter and legal are used. How big is legal? Is that the A5 equivalent? Oh my god, ledger, tabloid, legal, letter. It's in inches. I don't understand these inches. Wait, what? Legal? No, legal's bigger. Wait, what? Legal looks like a 3.5 or something. What? I'm confused. At least it does seem to be some sort of system to this. Like, tabloid does seem to be double letter. Okay, so yeah, okay. Legal is sort of just halfway in between. Memo, statement, mini, invoice, stationery, half letter. How do you remember all of these? Spooky trick lamp? Wait, what? What the heck's a spooky trick lamp? What? Is that a new recipe? Don't tell me. Nintendo actually put in new recipes of this game? Or is this new? Or did I just never get it before? I don't know. Hold on. Animal Crossing Spooky Trick Lamp. It might just be something I missed out. Ah, there's a miscellaneous furniture item, including the 1.11 free update. Cool. What else was in this 1.11 free update? 12 handheld food items are available during fireworks shows. 3 new Halloween items. 5 new Nook Shopping seasonal events. Obon Chuseok. Day of the Dead Lantern Festival. Shichigo-san. Hold on. What other missions do we have? Sell things, craft things, customize things. Okay. Let's craft and customize things then. What Halloween items have been added? Face paints? No. Residents? I mean, obviously the spooky. Oh, it's probably part of the spooky series. Let's just scroll down and see which ones we don't recognise. Spooky trick lamp. It's definitely. Why am I here? What on earth is going on? Spooky trick lamp. Spooky tree. Wait, this is new, right? I don't recognise a spooky tree. Yes, we can actually make a haunted forest now. Spooky tower is definitely old. I assume. What is the other new thing? I assume the other new thing might be something that Jack will give us on Halloween. Why doesn't the patch notes tell us exactly what the new items are? 1.11 free update. Items added. It does. Never mind. Oh, the cucumber horse and eggplant cow are both new things in this update. That makes sense. Because I was like, I don't remember seeing them. Mooncakes. Wait, I don't remember buying mooncakes. That's my bad. I didn't check Nook Shopping. Obviously probably not for sale anymore because mooncake days far over. Oh well. Let's get them next year, to be honest. Spooky tree, spooky trick lamp. Spooky treats basket. Aww. There actually is new things. That's awesome. I didn't realise this. Anyway, back to paper sizes, I suppose. That's wild. What other countries don't use it? There's also a B. Yeah, here's A series, a ratio of root 2. I remember working that out in maths and it being like, oh, look at that. Look how far we've come. I did it in my head instead. The dimensions of A0 are the 4th root of 2 by 1 over the 4th root of 2. What are we doing? Customizing. What do I need to customize? Shovel? Let's see. Before the outbreak of War II stopped about so many countries. German system established. B series. Here we go. The B series is a size less common than A series. I've heard of a B series, but I don't actually know what they are. The same aspect ratio of the A series, but with a different area. The area of the B sheet series is in fact the geometric mean of successive A series sheets. B1 is between A0 and A1 in size, with an area of that. As a result, B0 is 1 meter wide, and the other sizes of the series are half a quarter or further fractions of a meter wide. Oh, okay. That makes it quite easy to remember the dimensions of, I suppose. B4, 5 and 6 are used for envelopes that fit C series envelopes. This is really confusing. B5 is relatively common choice for books. Oh. B7 is equivalent to passport size. Ah. Honestly, never really thought about that. C series is defined in ISO 269, was withdrawn without any replacement, but still specified in several national standards. It's primarily used for envelopes. The area of a C series sheets is a geometric mean of areas of A and B series sheets of the same number. But there must be some reason for that, but why? Is all I can think of. Do we need cell fruits? I think so. Why would you need it to be the geometric mean? Magic kit? Okay, that seems good. We'll put the other stuff away. I think we need to do a bit of a storage cleaning, so that's probably what we'll do today as well. Rather than Nookmar mission farming. You know, a bit of spring cleaning. I was going to say Halloween season, that's not. I mean, that's right, but I meant autumn. Or fall, if you're American. Up to you. C4 is significantly larger than A4. I suppose, and slightly smaller than B4. Okay. Wait, so Geometric mean, oh, B's successive series. Okay, oh, you see. What am I buying? I'm buying candy. That's what I'm buying. As a result, B0 is 1 meter wide. Okay, well, okay, there you go. Different paper series, overview about ISO sizes. So A series used everywhere. B series uses sometimes for like books and other stuff. C series basically only used for envelopes. What about that long envelope? You know, we have this envelope which is just like an A4 piece of paper folded into thirds. Why is that a standard envelope size? A lot of the time, I don't know. I wonder how you come up with these sort of things. You're just like, oh, I want some convenient paper sizes. I guess it sort of comes naturally, being like, oh, yeah, it'd be nice if half it and the ratio was kept, or that sort of thing. Japanese variation? Ooh. I feel like like notebook sizes tend to be quite kind of different as well. The ones I had back in school certainly I don't think followed the A4 or the A series or paper sizes. Absolutely riveting stuff we talk about here in Animal Crossing. Paper sizes? Wowee. This is what keeps the people coming back. They're just like, oh, please don't talk about, you know, latest drama or video game releases. Talk about really fun stuff like paper sizes all over again. I just find it fascinating. Don't you find it fascinating? Like, of course, different standards are always being invented all the time. There's always that joke. It's like, oh, we need to come up with a universal standard or something that everyone can use, and you know, it just increases another universal standard, quote quote, which everyone's meant to use. To the ever-increasing pile. I think it was an XKCD comic, now I think about it, but it doesn't surprise me. It's always XKCD, isn't it? It's just like, I suppose it just never properly occurred to me that this would... You would adopt another one. I want to read about the American one and why they use it then. Traditional P4... Why use the North American one? Inch-based loose sizes, or how did it come up? Because a lot of things just sort of come up because, you know, they've been antiquated as the standard. You know, there was just some random person arbitrarily was like, oh yeah, let's do this because it's a size of 2 hands stacked on top of each other. And you're like, what does that mean? It's like, oh, it's 2 my hands stacked on top of each other. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. And then that just becomes the de facto standard for the next million years, and all sorts of problems arise from it because everything is adapted to that size, and it's quite hard to sort of retroactively make it not adapt to that standard anymore. We don't need 2 of these. Probably. If we do, whoops, no, well. Future me can worry about that customization problem. Oh, I didn't realise our mum gave us different tea cozies. Don't know why so many of these table lamps. Current sizes are unique to the countries. Other parts of the world become increasingly familiar with that. That makes sense. They said it was used in Central and South America sometimes, right? It would not surprise me if Mexico also like used that. Ugh. So being right next to the US of A, probably be more convenient to adopt their practices. Some traditional common American letter, legal, ledger / tabloid are far the most commonly used of these for everyday activities. And the only ones using CSS. Fair enough. Ute Nonny, I forgot about that. Paper Tiger, more like paper get out of here. That doesn't make sense, to be perfectly honest. What other duplicates have we got around? It's quite hard to, you know, for one, fight this Joy-Con drift, which has constantly happened, but it's also quite difficult to observe the things we got going on and also try and read this Wikipedia article at the same time, which you might be like, hey, maybe just like stop reading that Wikipedia article and do something else. Oh, I don't remember seeing that before. How long has that been in there? It must be pretty. How are our pockets not full yet? I felt like we put like a million things in here. Oh, there we go. Origins of exact dimensions of letter-sized paper are lost in tradition and not well documented. Argues dimensions originated from the days of manual paper making. Of the 11-inch length of a page is about a quarter of the average maximum stretch of an experienced batman's arms. What? That does not explain the width or the aspect ratio. You see, it's just something randomly arbitrary like that. It's like, oh, you know, people back in the printing press days like could only reach that far, and it just like we just made a standard paper size after, you know, Bob from printing. I don't know what you would call that, like department. So I don't know if America letter sizes. Letter size may be known as American Quattro. What? Oh, you know what? They probably were just like, we can't. Did you say you don't accept them selling or fakes or something? Why not, huh? What am I meant to do with them then? Oh, I guess I put them in a recycling bin. That makes sense. Okay, so those will just dump away. And let, you know, the public services here on Fawnhollow take them out. Why can't you just... I mean, these two literally will buy trash. Like literal boots, and spare tyres and tin cans just found on the ground and found when fishing. But they won't take fake works of art. You literally buy trash. It's literally worthless. Take my wake... I keep calling it fakes of art. That doesn't make sense. Fake works of art. Usage and adoption. Most commonly used formats, at least in Philippines. Most of Mesoamerica and Chile. That must be like... What countries are included in Mesoamerica? Mexico. Mexico. My geography knowledge sucks, man. Simple cat. Let's just take all this stuff and then we'll sort it out later, I suppose. Other countries are in here. Guatemala, of course. Belize, Honduras, San Salvador. Oh, El Salvador. I was like, what? I was like, that's not a country, San Salvador, is it? Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Probably should have got most of those, to be honest, now I think about it, but hard to think of off the top of my head. Variant American loose sizes. That's wild. I like the names of these. Ledger, tabloid, legal, letter, memo. What if you need something bigger? I guess you just don't. Most of the time. How big is ledger? Oh, but it takes you to the Wikipedia page of literally what a ledger is. And I was like, that's how big a ledger is? It's just like this giant scroll. And I was like, what? Why would you ever need this in practical usage? I guess you don't. Standard American paper sizes. Oh, they fit together, I see. So they also follow the half it in it works situation. They just don't keep the same ratio, I guess. Yeah, that's probably it. Ah, I forgot to put the things away. Ah, whatever. I guess we'll just store them because I can't bother to run back to the recycle bin to deal with it. Honeycomb tile wall, cassette player. I felt like someone gave, like Rowan especially gave us a honeycomb tile wall really recently. But I don't know if I'm making that up. Okay, check stuff over here. Get rid of any duplicates. It's really hard to... I don't know, paper size is just weird, isn't it? I'm always just annoyed more by like envelopes. Why the envelopes never properly fit like on paper sizes. Especially when you send things. It's like, you know, you got an A4 paper size, alright, that's fine. But then like, why do we have such a tiny paper size as well? Which is a third of the paper's size, just like folded up. It's like, alright, I guess it's useful. But I don't, like, folding things up in thirds is so much more inconvenient than folding things up in halves. Why is halves not the standard envelope size? I guess it's too big. And third was a nice compromise, but then why not a quarter? Why don't we fold everything up in quarters as standard? And then we could just have like a mini envelope instead. I don't know. Something about this. The post office like came up with the idea and was like, this is how it should be. This is what makes sense. And you know, we've been suffering the consequences every single time when you buy an envelope. It's like, no. This is what I had to deal with. Such an inconvenient size. Folding things in thirds. And you know what's even worse is when you get official documents from like, I don't know, the government or something, or who else, wherever, like doctors and that sort of thing. Whenever they send it, they always, for one, had to fold a piece of paper up in thirds, which, by the way, I must postulate that that's incredibly inconvenient for like the secretaries who had to deal with that sort of nonsense, you know? It's not easy to fold something in thirds very particularly quickly. Like, if you're gonna tell me how to do it, I know how to do it. Like, I know you can do the adjustment thing. You like sort of kind of make it S shape with them, and you just adjust as you see fit, and then it works out. It's just like if you're sending out like hundreds of letters every single day, it must be really inconvenient having to fold them all in thirds when you can just sort of fold them into halves. And not only that, when they send them and they then fold them over into thirds or whatever, it's not even properly like folded over. Like, apparently the standard is not to fold them like completely such that they're flush with each other. It's to sort of like overlay them a little bit, so it's like it folds like an accordion, but there's parts of it which just like hang over the other sides of it. Why is that the case? I don't know, but it's a standard. It's an international letter standing standard that we're all stuck with. Apparently architects have different paper sizes. Oh. Maybe? Envelope size. Oh, envelope sizes. Personal. 92 by... Okay, 9.2 by 16 centimeters. That's about 9.2. That's a standard one, isn't it? Monarch. 9.8 times 19 centimeters, roughly. That's just wild. Does that work? Is that a third of an A4 size? 29.7 divided by 3. What's that? Like 9.9? It's actually slightly smaller than a third. So you're folding it accordion style in a third. How does this make any sense? Filofax, Franklin Planner, Jepson. What the heck is this? Oh, personal organizers. Oh, wait, is this America again? This is America. Get out of it, America. Photograph sizes. I wonder what all these numbers and letters mean. Elephant? Traditional inch paper sizes. Oh, here we go. Imperial paper sizes, UK variant. What? Grand Eagle, Double Elephant, Atlas. These are great names. Princess. Copy. Draft. Alright. Crown. Pinched post. Foolscap. Foolscap folio. This is a Wikipedia article. Foolscap folio, I guess. Pot. Quarto. Executive. Monarch. Why do I say... UK do love their regal names for things, apparently. I think a lot of countries do. Perhaps it's not as uncommon as I'm trying to make it out to be. It's not really uncommon. Like, I don't know. Whenever you're in doubt about naming something, just go like, oh, king, queen, prince, princess. And you're good. For 4 different sizes. You might comment, isn't that a little bit strange? I guess it kind of is. Oh, let's keep that. Isn't that like the first... our starting t-shirt? I don't think it's actually our starting t-shirt, like a literal copy, but I think it's the same. Design and colour. Well, it's been 27 minutes. How have I talked about nothing in 27 minutes? I feel like I've covered nothing. What have I been up to today? I played some games. Did a bit of drawing. That's about it. Nothing particularly exciting, I'm sorry to say. I played some Celeste though. Recorded some Celeste for the first time in ages. Sorry, for the first time in forever. There'll be music, there'll be light. Sorry, no one sings Frozen anymore? Oh, okay. Lesson learned. I'll stop that now. Yeah, I played a bit of Celeste. Trying to get my Moonberry, if you want a bit of a spoiler. Oh yeah, we keep a Bolero coat. The Bolero coats are cute. We can get rid of this stuff. Yeah, man, I really haven't done anything today, have I? So it's always that sudden realization when it comes to recording these Animal Crossing videos. You're like, man, what have I done? What have I spent this entire day doing? And the only answer is kind of playing games sometimes. It is a weekend, to be fair, so, you know, not much programming I do on the weekends. It's much more recreational stuff, drawing. Maybe I'll watch some My Hero Academia later. I don't know. I'll have to decide for myself. I don't want to start season 5 because if I start it, I'm going to absolutely binge watch it because I'm being like, I can't stop watching this. This is so good. I don't want to go back down that rabbit hole. Okay, get out of here, paper sizes. We're not here to learn about you anymore. Oh yeah, the Genshin Impact the trailer for 2.3 was released today. I haven't actually watched it. Well, wait, 2.2. Sorry, not 2.3. Whatever the next patch is, I don't know. I haven't actually watched it yet, so I don't know what's to come. I can give you my feedback for that tomorrow if you're so inclined. But I'd imagine that most of you aren't that interested in playing Genshin or my Genshin Impact knowledge and that sort of thing. But, you know, sometimes you got to fill up the silence with something. Otherwise it becomes deafening. Did anything else happen? Like more Nickelodeon All-Stars characters got revealed? Like Toph is in there now, isn't she? A lot of the characters from Avatar are in it. That's about all I know. I don't know. This is a weird episode and doesn't really make sense. Let's just round it off right now, I think, before it gets any worse. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join the Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again. But for now, ta farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.